The overinflated ego and self-worth of the middle-aged American woman is a story as old as time. Let's check out this latest rendition. All right, so this latest rendition of the middle-aged woman comes from the Unspoken Podcast. Now, there is a panel on here of 3 women and 1 male individual. I believe he's the moderator. And they're going to go through various topics about relationships, of course, and societal issues, things of that nature. And one thing that's going to come up is the man being a 10 and the woman being a 10. Of course, like I said in the introduction, these women are all going to think they are, of a certain value, if you will. All right. So before I actually get into the topic or the subject matter they're going to cover, I wanted to give the intro of the podcast so you have a baseline of, what kind of people that you're dealing with. All right. So this is on YouTube. I'll leave a link to this in the description box. So for all of you, stop playing the video ninjas. For all of you, stop pausing the video. You talk too much, ninjas.
Yeah. That's not going to happen.
Go to the description box, hit the link, and you can watch this without my commentary or criticism or interruption. If you're still here, thank you very much for your viewership and fair use.
Welcome back to Unspoken. I'm Marcel.
I'm Tanya.
I'm Dawn.
And here we have real talk, unfiltered, unapologetic, on the record about things that are happening in the real world today. Each of us has picked out a topic or subject that caught our attention. And today we're going to unpack it together with a special guest. Today we have Melita Daly. How you doing, Melita?
Wonderful. How are you?
Great. I'm really appreciative.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yes.
It's a beautiful day. So,
Yes.
I'm going to start with the first question because
Okay, you got it right. All 3 of these women look to be, let me go here. All 3 of these women look to be in their probably mid 40s. You can tell by the hairlines. You can tell by the wrinkles that they're covering up with makeup. You can tell by the elasticity or lack of in their skin, the amount of makeup they have on, the type of hairstyles they're wearing, their clothes they're wearing. You can all tell, even the male individual. You can tell all these people on this panel are probably, upper middle-aged individuals. All right. So with that being said, we're going to fast forward to the topic. This lady here in the pink, she's the one that's going to express or have the majority of the expression in the particular conversation we're going to cover. So hold on a second. Let me fast forward the video.
number 2.
Yeah.
Bring it, Dawn, because we know you have something
What
on
doesn't
your
work for
plate.
you?
I do have a little subject matter. So my topic is, he's a 10 or not.
Now you can tell by the little flick of the wrist here and her little facial movements, you can tell she about to say something stupid.
Nick, you're stupid.
All right. You can tell she's about to say something that's going to be arrogant, something that's going to be selfish, something that's going to be a misrepresentation of herself or the situation that she's about to speak on. So she already said he's a 10 or not. And we all know that in parentheses, you're not is what she's really speaking on. Let's continue.
Why is she looking at me, y'all? Like, I'm a 10. So she not talking
We
to me.
know that he thinks he's a 10.
I'm a 10.
But no, it's a lot of average dudes out here expecting this king treatment from us queens.
What happened? Where did all the men go?
Here we go. This queen treatment for us queens. Yeah. Already. All right.
Nick, you're stupid.
Expecting average dudes out there expecting queen treatment from queens. Well, yes, we do expect that. And I guess you're probably going to tell us why we don't deserve it.
Bitch, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
No, Myron has a book. Myron from Fresh and Fit. He has a book out called Why Women Deserve Less. And even though I haven't read this book yet, this publication, just the title alone, when I see things like this, it makes me think or makes me say, you know what? He's right.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
These women, especially these right here now, they might have been 10s or maybe 8s or 7s like 20, 25, 30 years ago. But today at, 45, 47 probably, nah. And which, the guy is not a 10 either, but he can get way more than these women can.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Let's go.
A lot of guys out here, they are a 6 or 7 at best. And they feel like we're supposed, first of all, you're approaching a 10. You're approaching a
Bitch, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
See, you see how a lot of these women are coining the at best thing now. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, RIP. Okay. Oh, at best. No, baby. No. So, and you're going to speak in generalities like we do too, but yeah. At best. But she's a 10. And she says they're all 10s up there. All these middle-aged women are 10s. She's also going to make another bold statement here in a second about what kind of men she and the rest of these women on this panel can pull. If you've made it this far in the video and you're still here, thank you again for your viewership. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and that notification bell, that way you can be notified whenever I go live or drop new content. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, please do so by hitting the Cash App, $, Mr. Normie. And you can also go to my Ko-Fi page, ko-fi.com/workingmanmg. Also, I'm trying to build a community on Locals. So if you would, go please check out my Locals page and you can join for just $5 a month. You can post and we can build a community of like-minded working men over there. Thank you for your time. Now back to the video.
And then you want them to treat you like you're a 10. So tell me, Melita, what do you think about that? Especially, and I would say this is probably more prominent over 45. When you're dating over 45, these men got gout. They got a bad knee.
Gout. She is going hard, y'all.
That gout.
They got a bad knee.
Yes.
They sleep with a CPAP machine.
They do.
I've been there, done that. I'm just saying, you are a 7 at best, boo. And then you want to tell me, oh, you need to do this. And you got me straight.
Yes.
Tripping.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, think about it. When we're in our 40s, we can date the daddy or the son. They honest. So why pick the daddy when we can date the son?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Enemy spotted. Now, I want you to look at her facial expression before we get into their explanation, rather, or their conversation. Because she says at 45, she said, I believe, 40-something, right? Like I said, late 40s, she can get the dad or the son. She says that basically we don't deserve to have king treatment. So what do you deserve in that respect? Okay, so if I don't deserve it because I'm a 6, so we're supposed to bow down to you at 40-some years old because you're a 10? Now, don't get me wrong. No, there are some women out here and their ages, at their middle ages, that still look good, they still kept themselves up. But make no mistake, just like us men out here, okay? We understand that at our base level, there's not a lot of things that we can get. That's why, that's why we have this boss up. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have this boss up out here.
Yeah, bitch.
Shout out
yeah,
to Coach
bitch.
Greg Adams. That's why we get our money up. That way we can be money handsome. You know what I'm saying? So that way we're still desirable. We still keep our health up. We still keep our funds intact. We still keep our mental acuity well, okay? And that way we can still be attractive in some sort of way, because we may not want a relationship. Maybe we still just want some companionship. Either way, we can get it, and we can also afford it. And so we can still be handsome and not be handsome physically, but our money, mouthpiece, shout out to Mr. Jap, our mouthpiece, things like that, they make us attractive. What do you have besides your career? What do you have besides these baby hairs at 45 you still wearing on your head, these wigs? This, again, overinflated ego. Most of us men don't have an overinflated ego. We just know what we want. That doesn't mean most of us don't consider ourselves a 10. but we do consider ourselves valuable. Okay, and most men out there would say I'm valuable. They don't say I'm a 10. They say I'm worth getting treated correctly. I'm worth getting treated with respect. I'm worth getting a good meal at the end of the day. I'm worth getting my feet rubbed. I'm worth having nice, kind words said to me. I'm worth getting some nice buns at the end of the day if I worked hard and fed my family and took care of my responsibilities and disciplined my children properly, right? I cut the grass, yada, yada. I deserve that. Yes, I do. And if you treat me right, then you deserve to get nice things too. You deserve to be treated with respect. You deserve to get, spoiled up on sometimes. You know what I mean? When I'm not working, I'm not busy. You deserve these things too. But again, to say that you're a 10, see, there's a difference between being valuable and being like the finest thing on the planet. Okay, there's a difference between being pretty, being cute, still having value as a woman and being like Beyonce level. These women are always talking about they're a 10. In what way are you a 10, ma'am? In what way are you a freaking 10?
Bitch, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
They can still get the son or the dad. What do you think the son wants with you? What do you think the dad wants with you? See, this is the problem with the middle-aged woman. And I hate to say this, but it's true. Our value goes up, yours goes down. So you're going to try to insulate yourself by having all these high standards because you're saying you can get the son because let's be honest, the dad doesn't want you. So you're going to attempt to get the son first anyway. And then when he rejects you, then all of a sudden we're all a-holes, right? Got it.
I agree. I agree. She is funny. I agree. I feel like dating over 45, 40, 50, whatever the case may be, is like shopping on a clearance rack.
What happened? Where did all the men go?
Here we go.
Not clearance.
Yes.
Not a clearance, right?
Not no rack.
Well, they're dragging.
Here we go. This pee in the dating pool crap.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
These women, man, I swear.
They dragging us through the mud up ahead.
The diamond in the rough, you got to find that one piece that it's hard to find. I really honestly feel like dating over 45 and to what you said, you're a 10 and you have these men that are 7s, 5s, 4s. It's a lot.
Maybe it speaks to the ratios that's going on out there.
And don't get me wrong, yo, if you don't have your stuff together as a man, then maybe you should get yourself together before you get a woman because maybe you don't deserve these kind of things. I agree with that as well. But these women are speaking in general because they have some bad experiences, mostly because probably the men they were going for didn't want them. And that's not their fault. You're just not desirable to the man you probably want. That's life.
Feel empowered by that.
No, let them know. Let them know.
I'm just saying.
I think it's a balance. I feel like when you're at a certain space in your life, you know what I mean? Like I've been divorced. I've been married most of my life, and you're in a certain space you don't expect or want less than or.
So she's been married before. She has certain expectations, or she was getting certain things when she was married. Somehow the relationship went south, and now she has all these standards that are better than what she had before. Yeah, I mean, sorry your marriage ended for whatever reason, but you're probably not going to get any better. You're not going to get any better than that.
Your standards and your boundaries are different, so I personally feel like it's a lot. It's been a lot. It's been challenging, trying. It's been a lot.
Well, but I'll help you out there, Melita.
Yes.
I think a lot of times they expect once you reach a certain age that you're supposed to compromise and settle. And you hear that word a lot. They say, "Oh, you're 45, you're 48. Just take what you can get." As if you don't bring a lot to the table. Think about it for a second. As women, there's so much we have to do. Men, they put on a black tee, some jeans or sweatpants and sneakers, and they out the door. They take their little bald head. We getting hair, makeup.
Here we go, comparing to what they have to do to prepare for a date or something to what we have to do. Yes, we understand that. We do not have the same amount of personal maintenance that you have. Okay, we get that. We've been through that. That's a horse that's not here no more. Okay. However, that does not equate to your personal value just because you have to do extra stuff than we do. No, it does not. Now, do we appreciate that? Of course we do. We appreciate that you want to look pretty for us. And when we're going on a date, we're doing the same thing. Yeah, like we're going to the date with you in sweatpants and t-shirts. No, we're not. We have to have a level. First of all, we have to have money to even get with you, to even get your number or talk to you. That's first of all. So our finance had to be good just to have a chance with you. And then when we go on the date, we have to impress you, take you on a nice dinner, take you to a nice event, something like that. So it equates, in my opinion, does it not? What y'all say, fellas?
Eyelashes, nails, waxing. We got the whole situation that we have to do only to present ourselves to someone who's subpar. That's
only to send me home with a dry peen.
easy. And then to say that we should reduce ourselves down because of the ratios, as they say. But when you talk about the ratios, we should really talk about quality women.
You see how far back the baby hairs is on her head? I think see how far back her hairline really is, and you look at it and you pay attention to it? I believe she's down there bald-headed.
Quality, that's good.
Quality men. Because there's a lot of women out here, but Marcel, you know they ain't shit.
I'm really just taking this on.
Ain't like that. Wow.
I mean, I'm not going to I can't really elaborate on, because I think.
All right, we're done here. They're going to get his piece, and they're probably going to go to the next segment. Y'all see right here, right? The overinflated ego. Look at her eye roll right there. That's symbolizes her, I guess, how she feels about this, her mind frame. She's like the most outspoken one in the whole group, and probably the least desirable, if you ask me. And not because of her skin tone or anything like that, but just because of her attitude. But y'all get it, right? 45. She can get the son and the dad. She's not going to lower her standards. She has to pay for all the stuff to get ready. So just to get ready for a 6, right? But that 6 probably has money. But you're going to look him over because he's a 6 or 7, right? Yeah, got it. I hope that you find somebody, but at your age, good luck. With that being said, thank you for attending another episode of the Working Man Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas J. Fury. Let me know what you think about these older, washed up women on this panel and their opinions about dating at their age. Down in the comment section, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell. We're out of the door, and I will see you on the next video.